When things get hard, your friends will have your back. So, as you begin yelling at these clones, Stashy and Hasty raise their blasters towards you.
I dare you raise your blaster to me. I could have you court-martialed for that.
Rough Up Rampage and Knuckles struggle against Lee's hold on them, unable to make any headway. And Stashy and Hasty open fire on Ace. Does Ace have any defense?
Ace has one ranged, one melee.
That's nice. Does Ace have anything else that I should be adding to an attack against him?
I don't think you can add anything else against me.
Okay.
So one of the talents I have here, and I think I don't know how to read it, but I'm going to let you adjudicate, Mark. In the general tree, we have preemptive intervention. Immediately after an opponent moves to engage an ally within short range, the character may spend one destiny point to engage that opponent as an out-of-turn incidental. Does move to engage mean that they move to engage range or target an ally?
I think we could interpret it in the way that you would like to interpret it.
So how I would like to interpret it is when an opponent targets to shoot an ally, I could flip a token and move to engaged range with them, which would upgrade or increase their difficulty on the shot.
Yeah.
So I will do that if you're cool with that. Flip a token. So Lee sees the blaster's rays at Ace and moves at the unnatural Jedi speed to place himself between Ace and the clones that are getting ready to fire at engaged range with those troopers, doing his best to block any shots from hitting Ace as best he can.
So what I'm going to do then is upgrade their attack, and if they get a despair, they're hitting you instead.
Okay, that sounds fair.
You've got the same amount of defense as Ace, too, with your lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You go to engage them, and Hasty steps aside, out of the way, and lets loose at Ace. The blaster bolts hit him in the leg, and they do a whopping 13 damage.
It's a lot of damage.
Minus your soak.
To Ace?
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
Clones are strong as heck.
Yep.
My defense is just on the roll, right?
Yep, and it's back to you too.
13 damage?
Yeah, and you have a soak of 3.
It's like 10 damage. That's a bunch. So, which one shot me?
Hasty and Stashy.
Let me think for a moment.
Lee's between you and the clones that shot.
Okay, I think that Ace has done his best to appeal to his team and feels that he no longer can appeal to at least these 5 new clones. He already has his blaster rifle drawn. He's going to take some shots. And he's going to take some shots at these clones that shot him a little bit far away. His gun is really good.
Don't hit me.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that Ali is currently engaged with them, which means you're upgrading the check and you might accidentally hit him.
Engage with all of them?
With the ones that shot you.
Hasty and Stashy. Lee leaped forward and put himself trying to block the shot or keep you from getting shot.
I think narratively, Ace's prerogative is to protect the general. And so he's going to shoot the ones closest. I take that back. I think that Ace understands that the general can handle himself. And Ace is going to take some shots at the clones that are the next largest threat that the general cannot handle. So some of the more distant clones, maybe?
Okay, sure. So this place where these ships have landed is generally used as the parking area for Mining Town 1 Besh. There are a couple speeders parked around. There are some crates and boxes like you would see in any Star Wars parking zone, and actually some wheeled vehicles around as well.
Okay, some wheeled vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ace is pretty wounded.
Just giving you the option to duck behind cover if you wanted to.
Yeah, Can I jump into a cart and, like, ride it to gain a little bit of cover and to take a couple shots at a couple clones?
Like, you want to jump on top of, like, a hover crate and have it just, like move
ride it
with
for
the
like
momentum of you jumping on it?
Yeah. The momentum of me jumping on it rides it for like 20 feet while Ace takes a couple shots at these clones that are attacking them.
Yeah, that's very Clone Wars. Do it.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Re-reference what his weapon is. It's range light. Very good weapon.
And as you move towards these clones, you are moving into short range. So it's 1 purple.
1 purple. Do I add a boost?
4.
Well, I have a talent called Quick Strike, which is add a boost to combat checks against targets that have not yet acted against you during an encounter. I guess they've already acted against me.
No, not these guys. They've been frozen in place.
Okay, well, I want to add a boost for that then. And I also have
Okay.
Steady Aim, which says do not lose the benefit of an aim maneuver when making that maneuver in combat. But I would have to take a strain maybe to aim.
Right, so you can take 2 strain, do your maneuver, and also aim, which you normally would not be able to do.
I'm going to take 2 strain. And what's my difficulty?
No, it's just per turn. 2 successes, 4 advantages. And your weapon does a total of 10 damage. And you got 4 advantages. You can take one of them out for 3 and still have 1 to spend if you want.
What do you mean by that?
So your crit is 3, and you got 4 advantages. So you could take one of the clones out, hit a second one, and you still have 1 advantage left, if that's what you want to do.
Let's do that.
All right, so what did that look like? You took one out, and you got a good shot off on another one.
Ace sees General Vol interacting with these clones, understanding that he just got shot by his compatriots, by his friends, by his allies, people that have never hurt him before. I think he's pretty confused, but instantly goes into Clone War action and wants to defend his general and friend Vol, and dives onto one of these wheeled, probably delivery systems to bring, goods to this bar. And it rides a little bit when he jumps onto it due to his weight. It pushes him and fires a couple shots, taking out one of his clone compatriots. Rough Up. Some shots fire across Rough Up's chest, and he goes down. And another shot hits Rampage, and Rampage is knocked off of his feet a little bit, even though he's under this Jedi control.
Okay. Lee sees this action happen in a split second as the rain comes down. Thunder cracks overhead, and he notices that there is one clone who is not participating in this fight. Snakes. He's just sitting up in his cockpit with headphones on.
I think Lee's mind races as he tries to consider all the possibilities in a short amount of time as he can. The one thing he knows for sure is that Hasty shot Ace, and that some of these clones are a danger to himself and to other clones. There's knowledge to be had at some point, but safety is paramount. And I think with decided precision, Lee targets the 2 clones in front of him with his lightsaber and will make an attack.
Okay. It's an average attack for a lightsaber.
And since he's staying there, I'd like to spend a maneuver to aim the slice as well.
Yep.
I spent a good few minutes trying to decide if the piece that Lee would be after would be to go after the blasters, but I think that the danger is very real of being shot, and so he is slicing to end the danger. Roll here. Any setback? Do they have a defense I need to account for?
Do they? No, they don't.
All right. Oh my.
Well, that's a bummer.
So that's a failure and 2 advantages.
So Ace had an advantage previously. Is there anything you wanted to do with that?
I had 4 advantages that I did not use.
You had one left over after taking out those clones.
How can I use it to help Vol?
There's an easy way.
Can I have a boost?
In my mind, an advantage is always a grenade or something, but that seems too good.
I mean, they do have grenades on their belts, but you could pass a boost.
Oh, I'm going to pass a boost.
And I will roll said boost, and we will
blank.
get
a
a net failure still.
A net failure.
That's okay.
Okay. Okay, so 2 advantages.
I'm essentially going to spend those on a free maneuver. I'm just trying to decide what that maneuver is. So this may be too extreme, Mark. So
Okay.
adjudicate accordingly. But knowing that a maneuver can be to get behind cover or to move or anything along those lines, how would you feel about Lee using the Force and moving a piece of metal to enhance the cover for Ace in particular, instead of for himself? A piece scrap of metal or something.
Right now, Ace is on top of a box. You could potentially even just push Ace off the box to be behind it.
Okay. I would like to do that. I'd like to give Ace the benefit of cover with that success.
Okay.
A little whoosh of the Force push. Ace goes over.
I'm going to flip a dark side point.
I knew it.
This fight has only been going on for 15 seconds, maybe less. But those 2 Mimbanese that were hanging out, scowling at Ace when you were in Frenchie's, they come running out with their blasters. They were looking for a fight, and a fight has come to them. They see clones with their blasters drawn. They see a Jedi with his lightsaber. They are a little confused that the clones and the Jedi are fighting each other. But the clones are the real bad guys here. Okay. They're a bit distant, so they are kind of taking pot shots in the rain at these 2 clones who were just shooting at Ace. And those pot shots hit. The 2 of them take aim. They have these long rifles that look like they may be used for hunting out in the forests and swamps. And they take aim at these 2 clone troopers who were just bound by Lee and fired upon by Ace. And each one of them takes 1 shot in quick succession and hits one and then the other, and they both go down.
You just took out 2 clone
And
troopers?
then, that I did. And then the other clone troopers attempt to take aim at Lee. Is it an increased difficulty for ranged heavy with engaged?
I believe so.
Okay.
And then you upgrade if the ally is there, but I don't think they have any to be concerned about for that.
I can't remember if it's 2 purples or 3 purples. I feel like it's 3.
I feel like it's supposed to be 3 as well.
You're just saying
heavy.
that because you don't want to get hit? Okay. And then you have lightsaber defense and you have armor defense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The 2 that are left close to Lee, Stashy and Hasty, they begin firing, but Lee is quick on his feet and blocks a few of the blasts with his lightsaber. And I'll let you take those 3 threats if you want to spend them.
Okay.
I mean, that's enough to knock someone prone if you want. Drop a weapon.
I'm thinking drop a weapon. I think in the flurry, Lee pushes again with the Force and pulls Stashy's blaster rifle from his hand.
Okay, cool. And then we'll come back around to your turn.
I think after that pull, Lee Vol, you want to take it?
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if he's just going to stand there slashing until the danger's over, or if he's going to do something else. But yeah, I think the danger is still there, so he's still slashing, sadly to kill. I think the sad music plays in the background. These once friends fight each other, but Lee is going to attack Hasty in particular again.
You got to think against Hasty.
Don't like Hasty. Hasty, how could you?
Jedi know when to assess danger and dismiss it realistically.
Yeah, I'm going to take my maneuver after the attack, so I'm not going to aim this time.
Okay,
We do have a lot of tokens, though.
go for it.
I'm going to flip to upgrade, if that's cool with you, Doug.
So cool with him, he left.
I mean, if I was a clone, I wouldn't want to watch this. All right, I'll go ahead and roll.
Wow.
I can't do it.
You kind of
Lee
unlucky
is so
here.
conflicted about this.
Yeah. All right, so 0 successes, 2 threats, and 1 triumph. You took Hasty's gun away, right?
Stashies.
Stashy. Okay, so you pull Stashy's gun from his hand, and he quickly reaches down in his boot and pulls out a vibro knife for your 2 threats. What's your triumph?
I think it's I think we bring in snakes for it.
Oh, okay.
I think Lee has been uncommitted at this attack because the clones were brothers and comrades, and he has been swinging with the intention of ending the danger, but he doesn't want to end the clones, and takes a moment with all the distractions going on to holler up at Snakes and wave his lightsaber. And
Snakes opens his eyes and quickly removes his headphones and looks at what's going on and toggles some switches on his Z95, and it picks up off the ground and aims on the location of everybody. And he says over the loudspeakers, "What's going on here?" Because he knows that he can't shoot things unless he's in a ship. And it's Ace's turn.
My turn?
Lee's gonna use that maneuver to disengage, though,
Okay.
and try and move short range.
We have 2 hostiles.
Yes.
It's 4 if you count the Mudnees or the Membanese.
After they got their 2 shots off, they gave each other high fives and did a chest bump and went back in the bar.
Okay.
Let's score to settle with them later. That's not kind.
No, not really.
2 clones versus the Z95.
If the Z95 shoots, everybody's
We're all
going
within
down.
the blast radius.
Hmm.
I think Lee is also trying to convey to Snakes that they're shooting at us. I don't know what's going on. They shot Ace. Do something. They won't stand down.
Let me think for one moment. Can Ace jump to the side of Snakes' Z95 and kind of be riding this hovering ship? Maybe take some shots, or maybe talk to his friend?
So you're using your maneuver to get out of the blast radius of the Z95 should it shoot,
That's right.
and wanting to either shoot at Stashy and Hasty or talk to Snakes. Either of those are options.
If I were to talk to Snakes, will Snakes have the opportunity to fire during my turn, or would that go around to Snakes?
That'll go around to Snake's turn. It depends on how many of you you want him to take out.
I think that Ace, as a character that is mostly a leader, Ace is going to maneuver himself to Snake's Z95. He's going to kind of jump up onto one of those barrels, those guns on the side of the ship, and make his way up onto the wing and knock on...
Yeah, he's got his the hoods up right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Snakes, we've got traitors in our midst. Fire on Stashy and Hasty. We gotta go. Trying to kill the general. We gotta get off planet right now. There's a conspiracy. This goes way deeper than we know. Do what you can, Snakes.
Buddy, I'm pretty sure I'd hit the general if I shot right now.
My orders are don't hit the general, Snakes.
Okay.
Also, General's got lightsaber. He can handle himself. Seen him handle this before. Don't roll a despair.
Snakes has entered the fight.
Here comes Snakes.
Snakes isn't... I mean, are you going to roll a leadership check?
Sure. What's my difficulty?
If you roll a leadership check and succeed, Snakes will do exactly what you say. If you do not roll a leadership check, Snakes is going to do his own thing.
Okay. I don't know if this matters. I do have a talent called Field Commander, where I can make an average difficulty leadership check. A number of allies equal to my presence may immediately suffer 1 strain to perform a free maneuver. Can I use that?
Yes. Does it say how far they have to be away?
No, it doesn't. Doesn't say.
I'm just going to say, if Snakes uses his Z95 to shoot these guys, he's going to shoot everybody on this field. What does Ace want to do?
Would Ace know, as a pilot of one of these Z95s, will this just kill that Jedi?
Probably.
Probably?
Yeah.
Well, then he's not going to do it. He's not going to ask Ace to do that.
No.
Okay, so I'm jumping up on the wing, and I'm going to take some shots at Stashy and Hasty. Are they both still alive?
Yes. All right, so make an average ranged check.
Am I taking strain for my maneuver that didn't help me very much?
No, not unless you want to aim as well.
I'm going to aim. 1 strain?
So 2 strain for aiming. 2. Cool.
0 successes?
Yep. So here's what happened. You tell Snakes that there are traitors in your midst, and Snakes immediately takes action while Ace is on the wing. And Ace loses his balance a little bit, but ends up holding on. And Snakes is going to do a thing. Okay, Snakes rolled a triumph and nothing else. So what Snakes, Ace can tell what Snakes is trying to do, and what Snakes is trying to do is he's trying to pick up the 2 clones with the tips of his wings, get them off the ground. But he is a little bit unbalanced with Ace on the wing, and it's just not working quite right. And he's like grabbing the back of the clone's armor, and he knocks one of their helmets off, and yeah, they both get knocked down.
They like fall 10 feet to the ground, and it's enough of an impact to knock them out.
I don't think both of them for a triumph, but maybe one of them.
Maybe they're both prone.
Yeah. So they are both knocked to the ground, and they have to use their entire maneuver to stand up. One of them doesn't have a blaster right now, so that kind of stinks for them, huh?
Snakes, I'm glad you got the message, but stop trying to show off, okay?
I'm doing the best I can.
I can't hear you through the glass, okay? But I know that you're saying you're doing the best you can. Well, fine, okay.
The clone with the blaster begins to shoot in Lee's general direction, but all of its shots miss. He gets out of the way of Snake's ship and ducks under one of the other Z95s.
So Ace is on Snake's Z95 currently.
Yep.
And that's within short range of Lee, right?
Shortish
range.
Mm-hmm.
If Lee wants to give the order to retreat and jumps on the other wing, do we think we can disengage and head into the swampy forest?
Is that something you want to do?
Well, I'm certainly not hitting anybody. I'm going to roll the dice on the lightsaber, so...
It's true.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's where Lee's at.
Okay, cool. What does Lee do?
So Lee more or less sees roughly what's going on and turns towards where Snake and Ace are and looks back, does a double take, and then takes off towards Snake's Z95 and leaps on to the opposite wing of Ace and knocks on the glass and says, "Get us out of here.
You just gonna stand on the wing?
Stay in atmosphere. Head into the forest. Hold on, Ace."
These Jedi are nuts.
The Jedi are nuts. I'll hold on. Let me get back to the cockpit. God, it's getting fast. I think Ace makes his way back to the cockpit and opens it up and sits in the spare seat behind Snakes.
The Z95 rises up, and Snakes takes off into the Mimban night. Back in this clearing, Stashy and Hasty scramble into the cockpits of their Z95s.
All right, they had ships too.
Yeah, there were a lot of
Forgot
ships.
they had ships.
So did I.
As people come pouring out of the bar to see what was going on, you take off into the darkness, and Snakes makes the call to turn off the landing lights, and yeah, you've gone dark. Where are you going?
All right, Snakes, just head deeper into the middle until we can determine some kind of outcropping. We're looking for a mountainside or something sticking out from the trees that we can put your ship down in undercover.
You're saying that very quietly and calmly, but I'm imagining it actually sounded a lot like, "Keep going!
Move your way. Keep going forward. Deeper into the forest. We're looking for an outcropping. Find a place to hide to set it down."
And Snakes gives you a thumbs up from in the cockpit. The flight seems to last forever.
Can I have an aside with Snakes?
Yeah. So inside the cockpit, Snakes is piloting as well as he can. The rain is still coming, but the wind and thunder and lightning have ceased for now. And he's still not quite sure what's going on. What is this, Ace? Why did the rest of the crew go rogue on us?
Snakes, I'm not sure what just happened back there. Our comrades, my men, they hurt me pretty bad. Shot me. Shot the general. Why'd that happen? What's going on here? How deep does this go? What's this mission about? These orders we have make no sense. I know, Snakes. They can make Knuckles, Rampage, whoever, our friends, shoot each other, shoot me, shoot you. What's to say they can't make me shoot you? I don't understand this. Snakes, Something's iffy
I mean,
here.
who's making anybody shoot anybody?
Nix, I think you missed a little bit of information. We all just shot each other up. Bunch of dead clones.
Oh, I
the
saw
things-
that. Yeah.
For no reason. No reason other than...
You said somebody's making this happen.
I mean, it seems like it. Let's you and I talk with the general before I debrief you. All right?
Fine by me. The ship pulls close to the side of a mountain, and Snakes takes it down in a small clearing. The ground is squishy, and you can feel it give a little bit under the landing gear. And he just turns the red lights on, rather than any bright white lights, so that you can see what you're doing without straining your eyes and hopefully not attract too much attention to yourself. The rain is stopped by the time it lands. He opens the cockpit. How's the ride out there?
I'm definitely a little wet.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. I'm glad we didn't have to worry about you as well. What is your mission, Ace? I don't understand what's happening.
Neither do I, General. I don't understand the circumstances of this mission. Completely foreign to me. Don't understand why my men would have.
Well, we know we
turned on
have
ya.
some danger out there. Well, let's secure this location and set up a camp, and maybe the three of us can sort things out.
So, Ace is pretty wounded. He took a very hard shot to the leg during that encounter. Fighting clones? He's a clone. Clones fight hard. What do I have to do to regain some wounds?
So you've got 5 stim packs.
Okay.
So one will help with 5 wounds. Each of these Z95s also has a crash survival kit, which will have a basic med pack if somebody wanted to do a medicine check. I don't think anybody's particularly good at medicine, but med pack would at least make it a little bit easier. It would probably be Snakes.
Okay.
I think they're used to patching each other up.
Yeah, I would say that's true.
All right. So the 3 of you set up camp. You don't start a fire or anything, but there's a little emergency stove in the back of the Z95 that you can pull out, and some little rations if you need them. You set up a couple tarps below the ship and off the wing to prevent any more rain falling on the 3 of you. And Ace and Snakes sit down, and Ace takes the armor off his leg. And there's a big burn where the blaster bolts hit him. Snakes applies some Bacta and bandages and wraps the wound up. And you're actually going to heal 4 wounds. I think you're going to take a strain, though. It hurts a lot. And he jabs you with a stim pack, too. Which is 5 more.
Jeez. Easy does it.
Hey, this isn't my first time doing this.
Hey, usually I'm doing it to you.
Complaining, you baby. The rain comes down. It's dark. The sounds of insects and strange animals come out of the forest. The force surrounds Lee, but there's an edge to it, a darkness that he has never really felt this strong before. There's a great feeling of loss in the galaxy. Something's missing. It's like thousands of voices cried out and suddenly vanished.
I think Lee kind of holes up under the wing, under the tarp, and crosses his legs and does his best to center himself. The adrenaline of battle fading. I think that blindness, that washed feeling of swimming in darkness kind of washes back over him, and he does his best to calm his mind as he's been taught to try and make sense of what's just happened. But I don't think any answers are coming. I think he's left with confusion. I'm not sure Lee really knows what to do next. So he reaches out in the Force and strains to feel as far as he can if there's anything to kind of anchor himself out there. And perhaps he could roll to see if these artifacts are nearby by chance, or
Perhaps.
if he can get a sense through the Force of what's happened. Maybe he's reaching for for the familiar faces of the temple, people he once knew.
He reaches out and tries to find those familiar faces. Jedi Knight Rona, he cannot find. Desh Tavak is distant. He's still there. Jiva, also very distant, but maybe he's still there too. But so many people that you look for just aren't there for you. These few are the exceptions. Thanks for listening to this episode of Coruscant Nights. Coruscant Nights is a production of Nightcast Creative. To find out more about us and our projects, visit nightcastcreative.com. Thanks to Andrew and Doug for playing on this episode. You can find more of Doug playing Ace on Andrew's podcast, Dicey Cantina. Check out Dicey Cantina wherever you get your podcasts. Have you joined our Discord yet? Come hang out with other fans of Coruscant Nights in the other place and talk about the shows, your favorite RPGs, and other games. We've got monthly live-streamed games, shows like Behind the Mask with Sarah Joy, which you can also find on our YouTube, and board game nights. Check the show notes for a link. And last but not least, don't forget about Donate for Destiny. We've still got a few sessions to record before the end of Season 2. Your dollars can influence Coruscant Nights' Destiny pool and help kids in hospitals and shelters.